Yo, what is up guys? Jay Blanks here from Blanks Gaming with another Monster Hunter video, and this will be a quick video on the Endemic Researcher, the bounties he provides, as well as the locations of the animals he wants you to capture in order to complete those bounties. So if this helps you guys out, feel free to drop a like and feel free to subscribe. It really does help the channel out, and I really do appreciate all of the support from you guys. So having said all that, let's begin the video. Now, a very important item to have for completing these bounties is the Ghillie Mantle, and the reason for this is because when you wear it, you're camouflaged, so it prevents the animal from running away when you get near it, so it's very useful for completing these bounties. So there are 3 simple steps to complete the bounty, that is talk to the Endemic Researcher, capture the animal, and then head back to Astera to claim the reward. And he's going to want you to capture a certain animal in each of the 5 maps. And in order to locate the Endemic Researcher, you're going to want to hover over one of the areas, and under the research section, if it says Endemic Life Researcher, you know he appears in that map at the moment. And this changes every time you go in and out of a quest or expedition. And once you get into the map, he's going to be indicated by an exclamation point, so he is very easy to find. And then once you find him, you're just going to want to talk to him to start the bounty. The first location we want to go over is the Ancient Forest Camp number 11, and you just want to jump off of this cliff and turn right to find the Endemic Researcher. She's going to want you to find a woodland pteryx, and that's actually on the tree that's right next to her, so it's very close, very easy to get to. And as you can see, it jumps from tree to tree, so what you want to do is wait until it lands, because that's when it's at its lowest point and your net can actually reach it. As you can see there, you were able to catch the woodland pteryx with no problem. The next location we want to go over is the Wild Spire Waste, and the researcher will want you to catch a carrier ant or a couple carrier ants, and luckily I was able to find a rare animal on my way there. But the carrier ants can be found right next to the Endemic Researcher on the ground to your right and also to your left, so very easy to complete. Moving on to the Rotten Vale Camp number 1, so you just want to jump off and then turn right until you get to an open area, and the Endemic Researcher is going to want you to catch scavantulas, and these are purple little spiders. It's a little hard to see because it's dark, but as you can see here, you can capture them, and then you have to capture a couple, so in order for them to spawn again, just walk around for a little bit and eventually they'll come out. The Endemic Researcher in the Coral Highlands will want you to capture wigglers, which are those little snakes that pop in the ground. And what you want to do is go to the first camp and then just jump off the cliff. This is also where the Ghillie Mantle is the most useful, because it prevents them from hiding in the ground when you go near them, and then it makes it a lot easier to capture them. The last location we're going to go over is an Elder Recess, and the researcher is going to want you to catch a bomb beetle, and I'm sure you guys have seen this before when you go on your investigations or hunts in the Elder Recess. It usually walks across the ground right before you slide down to the bottom level of the map. As you can see here, it's walking across and you're able to capture it. If it's not there, you can just walk around and wait until it comes out, and then you'll be able to capture it. Alright, so we finally captured all of the animals that the Endemic Researcher wanted us to capture and completed all the bounties. So what we want to do is go back to Astera to claim those rewards, and then we can finally unlock the last bounty, which is the Phantom Bird, where you're supposed to catch the Downy Crake. And this one's going to take a little bit more time than the rest of them because it does have a very low chance of actually spawning, and in order to find it, you want to go to the Ancient Forest Camp number 1 or the Wild Spire Waste Camp number 1. And this will spawn on top of an Aptonoth or Apsaros, and if you don't see it, you're going to want to keep alternating both maps until it actually spawns. So as you can see here, if I didn't see it here, I would go to the Wild Spire Waste, and if it's not there, I would go back and repeat the process. But luckily we were able to get it. I think it took me about 30 minutes. But as you can see here to our left, you'll be able to see the Downy Crakes. Now there's a bunch of them, and they look like a bunch of cotton balls on top of the Aptonoth, and you want to use the Ghillie Mantle to prevent them from flying away. I almost missed it. You definitely do not want to miss it, otherwise you have to wait again and keep alternating the maps. And once you complete that bounty and go back to Astera to claim the rewards, you can actually go back to the Endemic Researcher to get a bonus reward, which is a gold wyvern print, which can be used to trade into the melder for high-leveled materials such as gems. That pretty much wraps up the video on the Endemic Researcher bounties, as well as the locations of the animals to complete those bounties. I hope this helped you guys out. If it did, feel free to drop a like and feel free to subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Also, be on the lookout for my next video. It's coming out very shortly after this one. It'll be on the Piscine Researcher because they are interconnected. And having said all that, this is Jay Blanks from Blanks Gaming, and I'll see you guys next time.